Alright, hey everybody, and welcome back for another video. As you've seen from the introduction, today we are going to be installing a light bar from Nilight. It's a 22 inch and it's 480 watt. It's a spot slash floodlight combo, and it's going to be replacing the single row light bar that I got on here right now. The Nilight one is a triple row. So the best part about the new Nilight bar that we're going to be putting on the truck is it's amber and white LEDs. So if you live in like a cold climate where it snows a lot and you get a lot of heavy snow, amber light actually shines through the snow better. Now keep in mind, these are off-road only, so it is not legal. Check your state and local regulations, but most light bars you have to run them off-road only. But yeah, so amber light should shine through everything better as far as snow and stuff. I wish it was winter time now so I could show you. Hopefully this winter I'll do an update on it and let you know when we get a heavy snow. I'll take it out and try it. But at least with the new Nilight bar, you'll have the option of doing white LEDs or amber LEDs. So you can have the best of both worlds, either or. But let's take a look at the light bar. Oh, come on. There we go. Look at that. Does that look nice or what? Alright guys, here's the Nilight LED light bar. This is a 22 inch and this is a 480 watt, they claim, LED light. And the cool thing about this one is it's got amber and white LEDs in it. So the middle row here is your amber lights. That middle row, and then the top and bottom are supposed to be your white LEDs. And then they can do you can do different modes with them. You can have either just amber on, white on, amber and white, I believe, at the same time. And then you can also do like strobing. So you can strobe amber, strobe white, or strobe both. So there's actually 6 modes, which brings you over here to this is their wire harness for installing it. What you got, these 2 leads will connect to the battery. This relay here will connect to the firewall. And these 3 wires will connect right up to the LED light bar. And then this controller mounts inside your vehicle, and you got on and off for the light bar. And then you have a button here for your different modes on it. So pretty easy. And then they give you the couple of fuses. They give you these couple of fuses also, and then your wire connectors for your light bar to put on the ends here and connect everything together. And then here's your mounts here, which I won't be using because I have a light bar on mine currently. So I'm going to mount mine a little different, but you can use these, bolt them right in the side here, and then you can mount this up or down or whichever, even back, I believe. Yeah, there's enough room to mount it back this way too if you want. So you can mount it whichever direction. They give you some nice mounts. You got your bolts and stuff here, a couple of rubber pads, I believe. Oh, those are for the bottom of here. The rubber pads are for the bottom of these things. So, but yeah, it looks like nice durable construction. Got nice heat sinks back there. Looks like a really nice light bar. Alright guys, so first thing I'm going to do is get this old light bar unbolted. So I'll just take these two lock nuts out of the end here. Undo both of them and then undo the old wiring harness, which runs back up underneath the motor here. Alright guys, I got the couple of bolts undone. Got this one unplugged. It was just plugged in up here. I'd take the front grill guard off. But yeah, so out with the old light bar and in with the new Nilight light bar. Alright, get the wiring harness out of here. The mounting hardware, which I'll need a couple of the bolts from here, I do believe. And last but not least, a really nice looking light bar. So now what I got to do is hold this up here and then put a screw in on each end to mount it. So if you guys are mounting yours, you're going to use these other brackets here, and you're going to mount these on the end of here like so, and then you're going to bolt yours down to your bumper or wherever you're going to mount it to with this piece here. So that's how you'll be doing yours. Mine, I'm just going to put a bolt right straight in from the end. Alright guys, so mine was a little more of a pain to mount than I thought. First I had to take the grill off to get to my old wire that was hooked up over here. Then the light bar wouldn't quite fit in between the bumper opening here. So make sure you measure this opening. This was really close, but it wouldn't quite fit. So what I did is I took off the lower bumper trim. Hopefully you can see. Took off the inside piece. They're just these little tabs, these pop tabs like this. So I just took them off, and then I actually slid it up from underneath. I didn't get video of it because it was a pain in the butt, and I needed my own two hands to do it. So just make sure the opening fits as far as dimensions on how big that bar is. So we got it mounted up, and I just use the Allen head bolt nut to fill in the little space, and a lock washer, so that way it tightens down nice. So we got it mounted in there. Next we got to put on the end pieces to this, so that way we can crimp everything down, which they are right here. I'm gonna just install these 3 little blue pieces right here. Alright guys, so to crimp these, pretty easy. All you do is you slide it over the wire like so. Make sure it's in there good, or in there far enough I should say. Push it in really good. Then use your wire crimps here, and then we will just crimp this bugger down. I always do it twice like that, and then give a little pull. Not going anywhere. Then we'll do the other 2. Let's slide this on. I'll put them all going the same direction as far as the connector inside there. Give it a squeeze, another squeeze. We're good. Alright, so now that's done. So now all we got to do is run our wire harness. So first we will figure out where we want this to go through in the firewall, or we might actually test it to the battery first to make sure it works. So I'll hook these 3 up to there, up to these wires, connect these to the battery terminals, and then we'll see if the light bar works. Alright guys, we got it hooked up to the battery. We're just going to test it out, make sure it works. There we are, there's the amber. Man, that's bright. That's white and amber. Not sure if you can see it on the video, but yeah, they're all lit up. There's a flashing strobe. Okay, next one. That's amber strobe. Next one. That's both of them. Alright guys, so all I did there was I just connected them. I just set the positive on the positive terminal, negative on the negative terminal, and I just rested the relay here. Turned the power on in the truck to accessory, and then we were just testing to make sure the lights work. So now my next step is I'll take this inside the truck and I'll disconnect it from here, and I gotta feed this through the firewall. Hi guys, welcome to inside my truck. So I think I'm gonna mount the remote probably right here. Probably right like this, or right down here. Yeah, I'll probably mount it right here. And when I do that, I'm just gonna run the wire in between here. Oh, I can fit it through here. So fit this through underneath here. if it'll fit. Come on, don't tell me. There we go. And then I'll just move it around up to the side here. Okay, so now we got that where we want it, and then I'll just move this remote up above out of the way, kind of right up in there, so I know how much slack I got. There it is here. We got this. Now pull the excess slack. Ouch. Excuse me, guys. So pull the excess slack out until we're able to get this control up kind of where we want it here, out of the way. That's my excess slack, and then I'll down below here, you make sure it's not routed under other stuff, and then you see that big red wire up there? Should be right there off the end of my fingertip. That red wire, we're gonna feed this right through that hole, and then it'll come out the other side. Okay guys, so to get this big connector through the firewall, I actually had to take out the little individual pins, which are pretty easy. When they're in here, you can see there's like a hold on, well, almost like a, you see the slots in there. Anyway, you just kind of pry on the one part and then pull them down and they'll pop out of there. And then I just drilled a hole in my firewall from the inside up under the dash, and then by that big red wire I was showing you. And then I needed 2 people, and I just had one person feed each one of these connectors through from the inside, and then I just grabbed them from the engine bay side, and then now we pulled them out. So now I'll pull them forward, and then I'll just put them back in here. So hopefully I'll get that on video for you. So here these connectors are here. And they've actually got a little, on the side of them here, you can see this little tab. I'll make sure this little tab right here that I'm doing with my fingernails kind of lifted up, so when you slide them back in the connector that they fully lock. I'm going to do that with each of these, and then I'll slide them back in the connector in the order in which they were. So take a picture first of the connector so you know which way they went. Yeah, so these are ready, so now I'll just slide them back in. There's a connector, and there's those little tabs in there you can see. We got everything lined up the way they're supposed to be, so now we'll connect it with the other part of the harness and finish wiring this thing in. Alright, so I fed my wire underneath, kind of back in here, and then just up. Here's looking behind the bumper, so my light bar is right here. I just got the wire coming back here, over behind the frame here, and then I actually fed it, here it is here. I just fed it right straight up through there. So that's where it comes up at. And then I pulled the excess cable out. So now I'm just gonna run the rest of that right in the frame rail here. All the excess is coming out right here. Now I'm gonna hook up the white connector to the one that I ran through the firewall, and I'm just gonna go underneath everything here so it's all out of the way. So let's get that connected. Alright guys, I got the nut off on the positive terminal here. So now we'll just connect up the positive cable here, and we'll tighten that down. Do the same for the negative side, and that should be a wrap. Alright. Alright, so now if we got everything hooked up right, I should be able to put the key in. Oh, yeah, we got power. Alright guys, got the grill put back on, got the bottom bumper fairing put on, and that is a wrap. We got the Got the Nilight 480 watt amber and white LED light bar installed. Now it's just time to wait for dark and try that bugger out, see what it looks like. Should look really nice. Alright, so that's just the white LEDs from the light bar right now. Let me turn my fan down. That's just the amber light from the light bar. That's both, and you could see the deer run across, so that's amber and white. That's your strobe. That's amber strobe. That's both. And back to white. There's the light bar off with high beam. There's the light bar on with high beam. So my high beams, I got LEDs in here right now. So they do, the LED light bar does help out a little bit, but not a ton. It makes more of a difference if you're on low beam. So there's low beam, and then there's the light bar on low beam. And then there's amber on low beam, which amber doesn't, oops, still on amber. Yeah, that does look cool. Hopefully this winter I can try this amber color out in the snow and stuff and see if you can see better anyway. All right, let's hop out and take a look at what the light bar looks like, the amber color. Oh yeah, oh god, it's insanely bright. Yeah, it looks darn nice, but really bright. All right, now let's go to white. Hold on here. Switch my modes. All right, there's white. Yeah, you definitely don't want that on when you're driving towards someone, because holy cow is that bright. Can't even look anywhere close to it. But yeah, light bar works good. That's just the light bar, guys. So works pretty darn good. It could, this is only a 22 inch, so I mean, you're not gonna light up all your ditches and everything else, but it does do plenty good lighting up right down the center of the road. So, and you're only supposed to use these for off-road only anyway. Alright guys, now that I'm parked here, final thoughts. Light bar did good. depends on what you want to use it for. If you want crazy output to light up everything like daylight at nighttime, you probably want a bigger light bar, but for the size it does a good job, I would say. And the best feature about it is that you have the amber and the white all in one. So I'll have linked down below in the description, guys, if you want to buy one. And same with the backup lights, so just check out the link below. That'll help support the channel, and I appreciate you watching. And favorite, like, share, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.